with, Father, with preaching tonight, and I pray you guide my words and you help me, Father. In Jesus' name, amen. So, what I'm going to be talking about in the title of my sermon, I had this sermon actually built years ago, and I developed it further. So, it's one of my sermons titled "Being the Light." So, as Christians, we're titled or we're called to be the light. So, the light to this dark and dying world. So, as far as what happens when we start following Scripture on being a Christian, um, we actually are start to become the light to those around us, which people can come to us and start asking us, "What is the difference in you?" So, as far as some stories and stuff like that of how people have seen the light in people and been so impacted and moved that it affected many. So, you all know the story I love with William Borden about the no retreat, no reserve. So, basically, I'm going to sum it up. I'm not going to tell the entire story. I already told it before. Um, so, basically, he was called to preach, and his family disinherited him, but he still went overseas because that's what he felt called to do. And through his faithfulness and his devotion to God, he went forth in faith, and he went overseas, and um, he felt good with what he was called to do. So he was disinherited from everything. And basically, going forward, as far as his father was begging him to come back, begging him to come back, but he wouldn't. He instead was trying to learn as much as he could to minister to people. But he affected so many people with his faithfulness that many were that still know his story today. So his faith that was seen affected multiple people. He was the light that many saw. So I found that amazing. And I've already told this story before, but it impacts me so much. So as far as bear with me 1 second. This goes hand to hand with one verse that I have on here, John 15:19. If you were of the world would love its own. Yet because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. God chooses us. God, we are called to be His. So we're not of this world. So this world's going to absolutely think we're strange as far as out of the norm. So we're called to step out in faith, maybe not to the aspect of what William Borden did. We all have different callings, and we all meet as far as going forward. We'll meet those expectations if we're faithful. And I love the three sayings. I know I didn't really go over it too well, but as far as having no reserve. So as far as being all in, I find that amazing. So as Christians, we're called to be the difference that makes it. I heard that from my dad once, and that really impacted me. So, bear with me 1 second. So this all goes with the second point as far as with having no reserves. How often do we find ourselves convicted to do something but not acting on it? He was convicted to go overseas and do what he was doing as far as to minister to people, um, but he acted on it. But I've had times to where I haven't acted on um, as far as what I felt convicted with, and I regretted it later. But God gives us opportunities to be in His will and whether to act on it or not, and having that kind of faith to go forward and press forward. So, as far as an example from the Bible that goes with that story is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They had the faith and no reserve that they wouldn't bow before this idol that the king made and commanded everybody to bow down to, or it meant death. the fiery furnace. So, as far as going forward through the fiery furnace, as far as the consequence, since they wouldn't kneel down to the statue, um, they had faith and they had no reserve in the fact that they were going to lose everything, all desires, everything out the window. And the king got so mad at them that basically he got the oven as far as I forget the number right offhand. I don't have the number right in front of me, but he got it a lot hotter than normally. So as far as them going in it and then miraculously being unscathed and another person joining them. So they were never alone, but God was with them and he was testing them. We all have those tests that whether if we're going to act on our faith, and it's it can at times it can be very hard. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego saw this. So one second, please bear with me. As far as when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, William Borden, as far as do they really have the longing to fit in with their group? We all have that longing as far as to belong. We all have that, and we, as far as the cliques and stuff of school, especially at high school, it's full of a lot of cliques. And going forward to just pretty much separate yourself from everything. People looking at you like he's just by himself. But as far as being the difference that makes the difference, that goes back to that point. So as far as another story that as that I personally experienced is when I was in a Catholic school years back. I was told it was during a mass outside, and I was told basically that you're going to have to kneel before our statue that we place according to the ceremony that we have placed. And I said no, but they kept on pressing and pressing, and finally the day came, and everybody was kneeling on this field. And I just felt so convicted that I shouldn't just sit, and just fit in with everybody just in a kneeling position, but I should stand and tell them and show them where I stood and show them that the Bible says not to kneel before statues, but to kneel before one God and Him alone. So I did that, and the consequence that I had, pretty much everybody tossed me aside. Everybody basically wouldn't have anything to do with me. And finishing up that school, I maybe had one or two people that would talk to me. But even still, I had plenty after the whole standing incident come talk to me. Why'd you do this? And I had the chance to express to them my faith, and I expressed a chance to show them and minister to them. If I didn't do anything, I would never have even got that chance for them to listen to me. And it impacted, I hope, many. But that was something very, very heavy that I experienced. But coming up here, it got a lot better. A lot better. Absolutely. But it's necessary for us to be the witness. It's necessary. And I know this is short and sweet. I'm kind of wrapping up right now. Um, I want to challenge everybody here, and y'all already have a good inference because I know each and every one of y'all, and y'all impact me so much. And as far as um, being the difference to those around us, and we only get one life, and it's up to us whether we are used by God, and whether we have the faith to keep and press forward. It's a long, narrow road, not much traveled, but as far as pressing forward, that's the main thing that we are called to do. So. I'm gonna close out, and we're gonna do our prayer or praise reports, and that'll be it. Thank y'all so much. Father, thank you for this opportunity to be used by you, Father. And I pray that you be with us all throughout this week. That, Father, you relieve stress of finals to those in Young Harris. And I pray, Father, that you help us through our obstacles, Father. But most of all, Father, that we see you and that we are the difference that makes the difference, Father, by you using us. Thank you for this day, Father. In Jesus' name, amen. All righty. Do we have any praise reports? Ms. Glinda? Thank you. Thank you. Definitely.